In this video, I'll explain the changes in the ovaries and the uterus starting at the beginning of the month and ending in menstruation. If we are ending on menstruation, then the first phase of the ovarian cycle is the follicular phase, and the first of the menstrual cycle will be the proliferative phase. In the ovaries during the follicular phase, FSH stimulates continued growth of all follicles, but most importantly, the dominant follicle for that month. The follicle goes through its primary, secondary, and tertiary phases until there is a big spike in LH, which induces ovulation. This process is from day 1 to day 14. In the uterus during the proliferative phase, estrogen secreted by the developing follicles begins to rebuild the endometrium. The estrogen also helps produce progesterone receptors in the endometrial cells to prepare for the next phase. The next cycle or phase in the ovaries is ovulation. Ovulation only takes 2 to 3 minutes. When the LH spikes, the stigma secretes follicular fluid and then the follicle bursts open. The remaining fluid carries the oocyte to the uterine tube where it waits for a spermatozoid. The next phase in the uterus is the secretory phase. This begins after ovulation until day 25 or 26 of the sexual cycle. The endometrium still thickens because of estrogen and a rise in progesterone. This creates a soft, wet, and thick, nutritious bed for embryonic development. After ovulation, from day 15 to 28, is the luteal phase. If pregnancy doesn't occur, the ovulated follicle turns into corpus luteum with the help of LH. The corpus luteum is what secretes estrogen and progesterone to help the uterus during the secretory phase and to prepare it for the possibility of pregnancy. If pregnancy doesn't happen, the corpus luteum shrinks and turns into scar tissue called corpus albicans. The luteal phase goes all the way through the premenstrual and menstrual phase of the menstrual cycle. When the corpus luteum turns into the corpus albicans, the ovarian hormones drop drastically. This premenstrual phase lasts 2 days, and the drop in hormones causes the endometrium to fall away from the uterine wall and forms menstrual fluid. The last 5 to 7 days are the menstrual phase. When enough menstrual fluid accumulates, the uterus, it is discharged through the vagina. Once completely expelled, the sexual cycle repeats itself.